Gigi from Unicorn Elsa.
And Toothless.
Yay.
That's my teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my new thing.
Okay.
And Toothless.
And welcome to another episode of Off the Ranch.
Yay.
Episode 5. Because I finally fixed the episode titles. Yay.
Oh, are you going to fix them?
I already fixed them.
Whoa. You didn't tell me that. Okay.
Yes, I did.
I was wondering what you were working on. All right.
Anyway, yay. I fixed the episode titles.
Yeah.
So they are now doing the episode. They are now the same number as the episode cover.
Of course.
So
this is episode 5.
This is now episode 5. So
Instead of 6. Okay. This is the episode of firsts.
Yes. Anyway, so you wrote one of my favorites, which it is one of our better episodes. And
it's just good.
Yeah,
the cuts are good. Everything's good. I'm gonna just move us a little tighter here.
This is a hot mess.
It's okay. It'll be good. Dark mode.
Stop. We're still on the iPad.
Soon, very soon, Movavi.
Yeah.
Very soon. Yes, Movavi.
Also, yeah, we're doing this stuff now.
Yes, ring the bell, all that good stuff.
And pictures.
Yes. Oh, right. Okay, so first.
Dark mode.
Not really dark mode.
It's not really dark out.
No, not in any of them.
No. We don't film at night.
Tell them how we did it.
We used an Instagram filter. I don't know what it's called.
Darkness. It's what it was called.
Okay. Darkness.
Darkness.
I gotta watch. Stop.
And that was it.
And we used an Instagram filter, and that's how we got it.
But the problem was, remember you had to hold your thumb on it the whole time.
Not anymore.
I know, but you did back then.
You can do hands-free.
You couldn't then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Maddie.
I don't know why you wrote that.
Because I miss her.
Okay.
And she's always in, and we go back and look at these, and she's in every single one, you know?
Like
it's sad.
every clip.
I miss her. It's sad.
Okay.
Okay. Oh! All right. Oh, you get to do one and I get to do one. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Travis Taylor trailer.
Did we call it that? Do they call it that?
No, but that is actually, I came up with that name.
Yes.
I will be taking credit for that. It's
the TTT.
The TTT, the Travis Taylor trailer.
The Travis Taylor trailer.
It's Travis's Taylor
He lives on that trailer.
On the trailer.
He lives on the ranch in that trailer for whenever they're filming.
Whenever they're filming, he lives in the trailer.
So 3 people actually live on the ranch.
Travis, Candace, and Tom.
And Candace and Tom are the 2 that are there all the
time. They live there.
Those are the 2 I'd be talking to. I mean, they're the ones that...
Yeah, they don't talk to them really as much as they need to.
I mean, but they've probably got some other stories to share about that place. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
The importance of reaction shots.
Yes. People who are aspiring filmmakers like myself. I cannot overemphasize or emphasize enough the importance. Am I really this bigger, my head this much bigger than you, or my overall size? Are you sitting back?
No. I mean, yeah.
Jeez. Okay, well, anyway, I mean, my head looks like, and yours is like...
Continue.
Anyway.
That's because we're 42 years.
You don't need to tell people that. Edit it out. Nothing. We edit nothing out anymore.
Anyway.
It all stays.
Continue. No.
So, Maddie.
No.
I really miss her.
That's not what we were talking about.
Well, anyway, the reaction shot. Like, they're extremely important. And now, like, I can't even watch, like, the simplest shows now. I can't even watch a YouTube video without looking at their voiceovers, reaction shots, graphics overlays, things like that. It's just gotten to where I just have this new, deeply found respect for the people that do that. That do that. I mean, it's just so. I think there's obviously something that I'm not doing that they do. They're probably storyboarding or something, but how they remember.
Not her.
Good.
Look, she's actually behaving.
Yeah.
Also, I think we need to take her to the
For her butt? Or just for
for
overall?
her ear.
Oh,
Because
no.
she keeps shaking her ear.
I was scratching it.
She did it just now.
Next!
She did it just now.
That's because I scratched it.
Just now.
Next!
Picking on Jim.
And so it begins.
Yeah, we really are mean to Jim.
Yes.
Yes. Because he doesn't really do.
Well, like we said the last episode of Off the Ranch, we already knew that there was going to be this big blow up, and the blow up occurs in this episode, by the way.
Which we'll touch more on later.
Yes, but we've already been building up this animosity between Dragon and Jim. But no one likes Jim. And it's so funny because it's almost like we were predicting the future because now Jim's gone. Because no one likes Jim.
Jim got fired, so...
Mm-hmm. And I think he got fired. I don't think he just left.
No.
I think he got fired. What's next?
You know Jim actually works at like a university or something.
I figured he'd work at like SeaWorld or something.
I mean, in real life.
Yeah, I thought he did, but man, he's got to be the worst professor there. They're like, who do you got for physics? He's like, Segala.
Oh, man.
Just drop.
Nobody comes to his class. He doesn't pass anyone. Travis looking at camera.
Gigi loves this.
I do.
She loves where Travis is just like, where's the camera on here? Here?
Here.
Yeah. Where the light is.
Yeah.
And does this kind of thing where you're just like, you can't see me because the light's up there, but you can't see my eyes. But
He's kind of like...
yeah, I don't turn my head. Yeah, I just look out the side. Yeah, it's weird. I have no eyes.
Stop.
I look at it.
Stop.
I'm blinded.
This is a hot mess. Okay.
Oh, God. I bought this new, 144 LEDs or something. It's like a surgical. You can literally operate in this garage now. Okay.
Okay,
Shut up, Jim!
No! Shaking camera.
Oh my. And it's still going on.
No, it's not!
It's still going on. The shaking of the camera where it's just like, I don't know what you're doing.
Look at my hand. No, look. I'm not doing
You're
that.
doing that.
I am not doing that.
Well, then you do something
Look at
different.
it. I'm not doing
Stabilization mode.
that. I'm not doing that.
Next!
I figured out a way to stabilize it anyway.
I know, I saw. You put it on your
I
leg.
put it on my leg.
Yes.
It hurts, but it works. It hurts, but it works.
It
That's a
hurts, but it
motto
works.
now.
Hey, you do what you got to do for the ranch.
Voiceovers.
What about them?
I don't know.
We do a lot of that. And sometimes I forget how how effective they are because sometimes like rather than shooting a bunch of scenes where it's like me and her playing 4 different people or 6 different people, it's easier to just do a voiceover and just go, I told Jim that he needs to get in the trunk of the car, and so he did. And now I locked him in there, and now I told him shut up, And I cut out 3 different Dragon, Travis, and Jim filming. All she cares about now is the final product. She's just like, I'll film, but I'm only filming because it's a means to an end, and that end is to watch the video that we filmed. I know it. Filming's tough. You're wasting precious time.
Look at her.
Hi, baby.
Hi, sweet.
Hi, honey.
Okay.
Hi, William. You coming in here? Hi, honey.
Lawnmower as GPR.
Okay, yes, the lawnmower.
We are using the lawnmower as the GPR.
Oh my!
Which I think is actually pretty smart.
Yeah, it's just another. I wrote it down because it's just another example of us using everyday products and props, I guess, or
Yeah.
whatever to function as something else. The GPR, I'm pretty sure it was your idea to use the lawnmower, but it works perfectly. It looks like it. I'll tell you what, man. When I had you sitting on the lawnmower to operate the cranes, the excavator, it really worked. That's an episode for season 2.
That's a story for another
But we do
day.
it all the time. It is, and we do it all the time, and we're pretty good at it. So.
Okay, so I don't know why you wrote HD phone case as controls.
Oh, because I have this because I ride motorcycle Harley, and I have this magnetic phone case that you put your phone in, and it's so magnetic that it stays on the gas tank while I'm riding. It won't come off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and we use that phone case for. Well, we use it as a phone.
Yeah.
So we have to use a separate phone. So we were putting Gigi's phone, but I'm like, why are we even using the phone? You can't see it. So we just use the phone case. But the other thing that we use it for is when we use the GPR, because it was magnetic, it could stick to the handle of the lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
And so we stuck it on there, and that was the control panel that I'm looking at going, oh, the battery's dead, but it's really nothing. Sorry.
Phone going nuts, screen record.
I love this one. Oh, she's being very well behaved and clean.
Yes, I know.
Weird. What'd you do to this dog?
I didn't do anything.
I love this one. It's one of our cleverest ones because how we did it was like, oh man, look, their phone is going crazy. Look at that. Some kind of ghost or in the machine is getting in their hacking into their phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she and I are both laughing at it because all I did was I hit screen record and then just started swiping my phone. I clicked on an app. I swiped up and opened a calculator and did this and that. And you said you were ready today. I asked you specifically, and you said you were ready. You're not ready.
I'm ready.
And I'm just swiping, doing all this stuff, and then it just hit screen, ended the screen grab or whatever, and then just edited the ends off so that you didn't see me open the screen cast and all that stuff.
I like that Dragon has the Dunkin' Donuts app on his phone.
You noticed. Yeah, people can notice the apps are there on my phone, and Gigi's noticed the Dunkin' Donuts is on there. That's why this happened. They opened a Dunkin' Donuts a mile away, and every Friday we went.
I thought about it though, and I was like, well, we do have a Dr. Duncan spelled that way, and he could just have an app.
Dunkin' Donuts app?
No,
Yeah.
just Duncan.
Dr. Duncan.
Yeah. Dr. Duncan.
Why not? But yeah. So anyway, that was one of the clever ones, and I thought it was so simple because they made it seem like it was something that, let's just put it this way, we achieved a special effect that they achieved on their show simply by just doing a screen record, which I thought was funny. So
live voiceover.
again, we did it again this one, and it works really well. But the same thing is the problem with it is you mess up, you
have to do the whole thing.
Rewind to 0, and everybody has to start over, including the person walking and all that stuff. So yeah, man, she's being very well behaved, very unusual.
I like it.
Very unusual for this dog. Okay.
Our first car scene with no music.
Okay, that's a first.
We're gonna put a little count. How many firsts?
There are a lot of firsts in this episode.
This is our first car scene. The first car scene ever was with Tom driving, Travis shotgun, and Zach in the back seat.
Zach back.
Oh, and Jim in the trunk, which we'll get to later.
Which is another first.
Yeah, that's our first car scene. There's no music, but normally when Tom is driving, there's no music because he's all business.
He explains that in another episode.
Mm-hmm. And
He's
the
all
music is
business.
sometimes sensitive to his head.
Yes.
And then there's another car.
His injury.
Yes, there's another car scene with no music with Eric, Phil, and Dragon. But that's not the first one. The first one.
We didn't start adding the music. It started with we just drive scene or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
the first one's Tom.
what did we do for drive scenes before? Nothing.
We didn't drive.
We didn't drive. We just didn't try. Okay.
First, Jim in trunk and talking heads.
I'm pretty sure that was my idea. To put Jim in the trunk.
Put Jim in the trunk, yes, it was. So, you all know, Jim.
No one likes Jim.
No one likes Jim. So every time that they drive somewhere, Jim goes in the trunk. So he's never sat in anyone else's car necessarily before. And he also does his talking heads in the trunk.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty funny. And I had to go in the trunk. Literally had to jump in the trunk.
Yeah, you're a pretty good sport about that, man.
Eventually you get used to it.
And I didn't close it all the way till the latch clicked, but I closed it all the way down. Mm-hmm. Just before the latch clicked. The other thing was, we, I don't know if you remember, but we thought about doing talking heads, even though Jim is no longer on the show, with Jim still in the trunk.
We never let him out.
But we decided to have him working at Data Mart.
Yeah.
So.
But,
Jim.
I was going to say
trunk.
Something. I don't remember. Oh, but yeah, you get used to it after a while.
Oh, going in that trunk?
Yeah,
you're good. And you went in the trunk in both vehicles, because we had a CRV.
We have a CRV.
We don't. Oh, yeah, I meant a Civic. And got rid of it, got the truck. And we were really hoping to throw Jim
in the bed of the truck?
Jim in the bed of the truck with the tonneau cover over top of him.
But he isn't on the show anymore.
But then he's gone. So should have Jim falling out of the trunk and never to be seen again. Like we forgot to close it or something. He's like, bah! Oh, no more Jim. Now we got Ryan.
The Nintendo Switch is, yes, as a GPR, monitor thingy.
Yeah, well, I'm holding it and showing it to you in the car. No. That's it because it's another example of that.
And Eric said, I have to keep my eyes on the road too. And you go.
Also, the fact, I think it's is it Eric driving like a maniac on there or no? I don't think that's on there.
I don't think it's on here, but
we have Eric, the most subdued character on the show, drives like an absolute maniac.
But he drives like a maniac, and I love that.
Our show is loaded with irony.
Yes, because Eric, I feel like Eric is a really calm person, but then when it comes to certain things, he just becomes crazy.
Yeah.
Like data
and
technology,
driving.
And then he's an insane driver, and I love that. I love that so much.
Well, like I said, he's like Flash on Zootopia, who's a sloth but drives 100 miles an hour.
Gun going off while driving.
Remember, I came up with that idea that you were driving Eric was driving like a maniac, and Dragon's just looking out the window with this gun, and then suddenly you hit a bump or something, and the gun goes off, and the timing of it is absolutely perfect.
Great.
Yeah, it's a good scene. It's funny. The sound effects of the gun.
Yes. First, Eric obsessed with data.
Yay, that's on a talking head.
Yes, and he actually says it twice, and he really does on the show be like, oh, I'm really excited to verify this data, blah, 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 blah.
He does like data.
And we just kind of made it better.
He's obsessed with it.
He's obsessed, and that's his whole life purpose is data.
Yes,
he
loves data.
Yes, he loves data, and that just
I love data.
Just became a thing. First music in car.
And that's singing to Ariel.
Yes, so the first music in the car that we did was Eric, Phil, and Dragon, and they listened to Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And that is
because it's got the gadgets and gizmos.
Yes, and that's one of Eric's favorite songs because it involves gadgets and gizmos.
Mm-hmm.
And Dragon is super embarrassed to be listening to that song in the car.
And that's where the music started.
Yep.
That's when we started putting songs in. And we're still putting just short clips. And we're back to just putting short clips, but unless it's a really, really good song. And there's more than there's a bunch of people in the front seat and back seat. Mm-hmm. Well, there's people in the back seat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not.
We also did another music in the car with Travis, Zach, and yes, Travis, Zach, and Jim in the trunk, so he can't hear the music. But it's Lime in the Coconut.
And we were kind of hooked on that because we were watching Bones a lot at this time, and that song comes on a lot. To put it that way. without any spoiler alerts. Next! Hi, puppy.
Hi, sweetie. You can see the seasons changing. We also obviously put our Halloween decorations up over the weekend.
That's what I meant.
Because suddenly there are cobwebs on our mailbox, which we do every year for Halloween, and there's a unicorn skull on our porch.
Yeah, and it's the funny thing about that is there's a scene where we're outside, and you can see the mailbox light.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a talking head with Eric where he's sitting on the porch. And there's nothing on the light and there's nothing on the porch with Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden we do another scene very shortly thereafter. And there's the cobwebs. There are the cobwebs on the light and there's the unicorn skull on the porch. And then you can see one of the inflatables down in the background. It's a huge dragon.
And in the background you can also see our Halloween lights on our porch. We have these little lanterns.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see those too.
It's just funny to see the progression of the seasons. And suddenly then now the Christmas stuff goes up afterwards. And it's just funny. Anyway.
First mention of Chief Gary.
That you.
So, Chief Gary is obviously mentioned earlier, but he's just known as a crazy, stocky Ute neighbor. Because the Utes are the tribe that live there. And we gave him a name. Suddenly, his name is Chief Gary. And he makes an appearance eventually, which is really cool. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, there's a history to that. But
there's a history to that.
Basically, yeah, Chief Gary shows up a lot in our neighborhood. Yes. Okay.
Because his name isn't actually Chief Gary.
Right.
No.
He's not an actual Indian chief.
I mean,
Native American.
There is a Native American chief a Ute chief that does come on the real show.
Larry Sespooch.
His name is Larry Sespooch.
Yes. Real name.
Real name, but Chief Larry.
Chief Larry, but we use Chief Gary.
Gary, because she moved.
Oh, okay. Where are you anyway? Point.
Right here.
Oh.
First, let's do it. Scream.
Was it in the car?
Yes.
I just felt like doing that, and it scared the crap out of you. You literally jump when I do it, and then I start doing it all the time, and now I just do it here and there. But
I think it's funny.
It is funny to us.
I'm sorry. We're keeping mistakes, the wrong names, forgetting names. Like, Travis calls Jim Eric and...
I forgot about Ryan.
Zach,
yeah, and you're like, is Zach coming too? And I'm like, oh yeah, Zach's coming too.
And then you forget about Jim, and it's like...
Who cares?
He's the only one that forgets the names, so I have to be like, I'm blah, 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 like... like I'm Tom, or I'm Eric, or I'm Jim, or I'm Candace, because you forget.
I'm old.
Poop bucket prop.
Oh my God, I wasn't gonna read that one out loud.
Well,
the poop bucket. Well, our Maddie was having a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
And so I bought that little silver bucket that served as the
discard.
What was that thing in the show?
A litter box?
Travis did not look into a litter box. It's like
It was a well.
It was a well, but it was like access to it. Yeah. And so the thing that he pulls the cover off of, I still had the poop bucket, and so we used the poop bucket. We used the poop bucket, mind you, where I put my head in there before we had to start putting poop in there.
Yeah.
If that makes
just
sense.
So everybody knows that.
So it wasn't like we took the poop bucket and we started putting our faces down in there.
No.
We hadn't used it yet. And then since then it's been cleaned and Lysoled and sanitized.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it
really gross.
Yeah, so it's not like we're just putting our faces in a poop bucket. Not that anyone would even know it was the poop bucket, but it's worth mentioning.
Shut up, Jim.
Is this where we start saying shut up, Jim?
No. But there are...
Okay, now you're going to have to bend down to pick that up.
That's fine. There are quite a few shut up Jims in this episode because this is the episode where they get into a huge debate. And so there are more than normal.
Yes.
And Dragon is very happy when Jim's unconscious.
Yes.
Which did not happen, by the way.
Another first?
The first, I'm fine, but I almost died.
I said that line off the top of my head, and at the time you laughed, but when we watched it, you laughed even harder. Where I was like, I'm fine now, but I almost died. And that was it, and now I try to say it. Actually, we say it like ad nauseum, which means like to the point of nauseousness. Where it's just like we say it all the time. So.
But I like it.
But we like it. And that's all that really matters.
Oh, Jesus.
We're having fun.
Yep. The big outburst with Dragon.
The build-up finally comes to a head and pops.
Yep. It's...
Gross.
I don't know what that voice was or the expression.
Anyway, so yeah. Pops.
But anyway, go on.
Yeah. The fight finally, and it really does happen on the show.
It really does happen. And
go ahead. I can remember.
On the real show, Dragon and Jim are sitting next to each other, and on our show, Dragon and Jim are sitting. Wait.
That's what I don't get. They always sit next to each other.
They always sit
on the show.
Dragon and Jim next to each other,
and they hate each other,
which doesn't make sense. I'm like, stop.
But the thing is, well, I did forget. Oh well. I know. I really think that the reason why Jim isn't on that show is because of Dragon. Dragon and Brandon are friends.
They've been friends for over 25 years.
And I'm sure Jim was like, under contract, or at the very worst, or the very least, they were just like, look, we can't disrupt this and have him just suddenly disappear in mid-season. But yeah, I have a feeling the reason why Jim was gone is because of Dragon. And I think because
the main reason. But
there were other reasons
Jim
too. Jim
didn't really bring anything to the table.
He wasn't, no.
So.
Yeah, I think so too. He definitely disrupted the chemistry, it seemed like, almost.
Yeah, he
between
did.
The other guys.
Because now in season 2, like, they were kind of like, don't go swimming in that. And they're like, we're not from Alabama.
Yeah, they joke around.
And they joke around now, and they're much more friendly with each other. And that's because Jim is...
They seem a little looser around each other. It's almost like there's this cloud that's not there anymore. Which there isn't.
The cloud was Jim.
And the cloud was Jim. Exactly.
Notice Tom comes up with the good ideas.
That's true. Tom was the one who said, hey, why don't we just dig 2 feet?
Dig 2 feet test. And really, out of all of the smart people...
Yes.
And out of all of the people, Tom is the smartest.
Yeah, he comes up with the best ideas.
And he's not even technically considered one of the smart people. Because he's really just the superintendent of the ranch.
He doesn't have the degrees, let's put it that way.
He's not like a scientist or a... scientist.
Jim Segala, scientist.
But he's not like... He wasn't brought on there.
He's not going to solve an equation for you, let's put it that way.
No, let's just put it that way.
But he does come up with good ideas. But he does stupid things. Good ideas. Stupid
like shake live wire.
He doesn't do that in real, but he does sit there and dig holes and put water in holes just because he gets bored.
He actually did say out of curiosity. I filled this hole with water.
I just filled this hole with water.
He really does do stupid things.
Yeah, good ideas, stupid things.
But I enjoy playing him because I feel like he's kind of
Who's your favorite character to play now that Jim's gone? I mean, mine's obviously Travis.
My favorite character to play is Candace. But
really?
Yeah. But after that, I would say Eric and then Tom. Eric, like, Candace and Eric are, like, this close. Like, in terms of how much, like, favorites. And then Tom is just a little further down than Eric.
Mine's easily Travis.
Then what, though?
Dragon, I suppose. I mean, who else I got? Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon's so boring.
Brandon and Tom.
I don't do much for Tom either.
Terrible phone call. We tried to splice.
Yeah, throw it down. So in my infinite wisdom, I decide I'm going to try to splice basically like this of me and her.
Not
this.
me.
I know, but like this. And it's going to have me here talking as Dragon and me over here as Travis. Splice the two together. I even lined up this edge on a vertical part of the wall. And I tried to splice it. It just wouldn't work. So And so
there's just an empty chair.
Yeah, there's just an empty chair. Yeah, because I'm stuck with the footage of me sitting on one side, then me sitting on the other side, and yeah, it's really bad. But we don't care.
No, we don't. And on the real show, by the way, Dragon does go Dr. Segala.
Yeah, that's definitely purposeful.
Yeah,
as a jab, saying, "Oh, okay, Dr. Segala."
Mm-hmm.
So.
And he really does go, or it could halt it in its tracks.
But yeah.
He is really angry, and the expression on his face, like on the actual show, is just pure anger because it's after that incident, and he has to talk to Brandon. Blah blah blah.
He was really mad about it. He took it very, very personally, and I'm not sure Jim meant it that way. But the timing of the way he did it, it sounded like you're an idiot. I'm gonna hear the expert.
But we didn't interrupt, like on Skinwalker Ranch. Jim interrupts Dragon though.
Yeah.
And on our show, we didn't interrupt it because it sounded like you just cut him off.
Yeah.
On accident.
Yeah.
So that's why you didn't. But Jim does interrupt him, which is kind of on purpose, but I also think it wasn't on purpose. But Dragon, they definitely didn't like each other. Let's just say that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's it.
That's all I've got for you.
That's it for this episode.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Off the Ranch. Please comment. Comments have to be approved, but no, stop. Please comment. Comments do have to be approved, but so, say nice things or your comment will get deleted, boy. I kind of was gonna say earlier, if you do have questions about how we film stuff and stuff, just put them in the comment section.
Yeah.
I'll answer your question for you. I answer comments. It's not him. It's me. I reply to the comments.
I just do everything else.
I almost fell out of this chair. Anyway, please comment, rate, subscribe to be part of our Snow Unicorn Army. Ring the bell to receive notifications every time we post a new video, which will be a lot because it is summertime and we have
nothing but time.
Lots of free time to film things. And we're also going to be doing new videos, not just Secret of D'Angelo Ranch, not just Off the Ranch, but also some really cool stuff. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we got some really neat stuff coming up.
Of course, we'll still be doing D'Angelo.
Ring the bell.
Anyway, ring the bell to receive notifications every time we post a video. Thumbs up and friend us on Twitch. It's www.twitch.tv/theslytherintwins. Listen to our podcast at anchor.fm/theslytherintwins, or you can listen to our podcast on the Anchor app if you have it. If you don't download it, you can make your own podcast.
I'm not putting all that. Instagram.
No, stop. You can also listen to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, all of the podcast apps, and our podcast is called The Slytherin Twins, where we discuss a bunch of Harry Potter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on Instagram. It's a private account at UnicornElsa09. Follow us on TikTok at The Slytherin Twins, and follow me on Twitter at UnicornElsa. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!
Bye!